Hello, all you beautiful minds and souls out there. Welcome to A Letter to Self. I want to speak a little bit today about the importance of self care in this great awakening, because this great awakening is quickening more and more. Things are beginning to happen faster and faster, and that can leave us really overwhelmed in this day and age. Whether that's mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, we can become overwhelmed by all the transitions that are happening in the world. And one way of battling that, if you will, for lack of a better word, is self care. And in self care, it's in regards to not only our mind and soul, but our body as well. So, having an understanding of that connection of the body, the mind, and soul as we consider what it is we call self care for ourselves as individuals. Now, self care within itself is something to help you bring you back to more peace, is something to help you be more serene within yourself, find your center, find your own being, connect with your heart, whatever it may be. But right here in this day and age, it's tremendously important to remember to apply that in part in our daily lives, whether that's 15 minutes or an hour a day. It's important to take time out for yourself so that you have the opportunity to integrate from a soul perspective all that's happening in the world, because there's so many transitions happening in the world all at the same time, whether it be our healthcare industry, whether it be the military, the education system, our government, entertainment, and through propaganda and a lot of influence, if you will. We're really been taught to fracture our minds when it comes to reality itself. And in fact, part of this great awakening, reality itself is fracturing from a third dimensional understanding to a fifth dimensional understanding. And when we include and understand our body, mind, and soul, and the importance of that connection, self care becomes ever more important, because all that's happening in the world can create anxiety within ourselves. And that anxiety can be a mental one, emotional one, or a physical one. Have you found yourself in the last year, especially, finding yourself really overwhelmed, finding yourself really exhausted, even a lot of mental fog happening to individuals right now? That's because our systems as we know it, our reality as we know it, is shifting into something better. And I honestly believe that we're moving to a higher dimensional understanding of things. But the process of that integration and that change doesn't necessarily feel good to the body or to the mind. It can be overwhelming. So, again, self care is so important. And so, when you find something that brings you back to your center, that is peaceful to yourself, for example, if we take the body, and you recognize the body in all of these transitions and taking care of your body, are you at least allowing yourself to exercise a little? Are you doing a little movement throughout the day if you're one of those individuals that is in a constant situation where you're in front of your computer or what have you? Are you making sure that you get up and stretch? Are you breathing with the intention of breathing energy into your body? Whatever you find within yourself that helps get your body not only motivated, but feel better, it's important to do that for yourself. Many people like to take baths. Bathing is a big thing, especially now where a lot of individuals are becoming more and more familiar with salt baths and essential oils. So just going and having a relaxing bath can be tremendously helpful for your physical body. Eating well is another thing. Eating better. Dancing. Many people like to dance. Dancing can bring a lot of tremendous positive energy into the body. But part of remembering the body in this transition is making sure that we care for the body in very specific ways that are important to us as individuals. And so when it comes to the body part of the body, mind, and soul, take heed if you're not already, and congratulations if you are already, making sure that you take some time out to love yourself when it comes to the physical body. That also includes the mind and the soul. Things you can do for the mind, for example, are meditation, most definitely meditation, breath work. Spending time alone with yourself, I think, is really important right now in this transition so that you can have time to embody and integrate your experiences, your understandings with yourself, with that alone time, so that you and yourself can have deeper conversations with yourself, so that you begin to understand where you are in this world and what is your perspective in this world. Because right now, more important than anything, I think the importance of loving the self and knowing who the self is what is it is what is going to get us through this transition as whole functioning beings. It's what's going to allow us, those that know that they're awakening and are in this great awakening, will allow us to go from 3D to 5D and have the experience, a very positive one, rather than one that's filled with all of the chaos. So including the mind, the body, and the soul in remembering self-care is so important. Let me see. What did I forget? Oh, humming, mm, toning, all of those new things that are coming out with the New Age metaphysical movement. Those also could be tremendously helpful for the mind. If you're a book reader, book reading, going back to reading books, if you're not doing so already, can be tremendously helpful in getting that mind to function in a way that you are coherent like you want to be. Because I know that within myself, the brain fog and the exhaustion and the feeling overwhelmed comes and goes and comes and goes quicker and faster nowadays as this great awakening continues to quicken. And so I myself have to take into consideration my mind, my body, my soul, and really appreciate it in such a way that I'm taking my own advice. Alone time for me is a big one when it comes to my mind and my soul. In fact, when it comes to your soul, artwork, things like that are absolutely beautiful. Making sure that you love yourself, gardening, whatever it may be. All of these things can be utilized for the body, the mind, and the soul individually or separately. And so it doesn't really matter what it is that you're doing as an individual to make sure that you are caring for the selves. But what does matter is that you literally, in this time of change and shift and transition, you take moments, minutes, hours within your day to spend time with yourself, care for yourself, love yourself, so that you can integrate this expansion in a positive way. There are many people on this planet right now that aren't quite aware of what's happening. They recognize change, especially from a third dimensional perspective. They recognize change with the government, with the military, with the education system, with all of the transitions that's happening in the world, the frustration that's happening between one state and another in accordance to laws or regulations and rules and so on and so forth. And so there are many people that are recognizing a change happening, but don't really know not only where to place themselves in it, but because they don't know who they are specifically or where their place is, where their part is in this big transition, creates a lot of anxiety, to say the least. And so, for those of us that are recognizing the shift, recognizing the awakening to whatever level, to whatever degree, and even those out there that are recognizing just the shifts in the world, whether it's our government or what have you, it's important for everybody on this planet to take time for yourself, love yourself, care for yourself, care for your mind, care for your body, care for your soul. Learn to integrate all three, like through one of the videos that I talked about when it comes to embodying and integrating a situation, so that you can experience whatever it is that you're wanting to experience from a positive space. That as well, the whole learning to breathe in your experience into your body so that your body has the opportunity to understand that experience as well. And then from there, take action and share whatever that experience might be for yourself. That within itself can be not only a form of self care for yourself, but the opportunity to kind of just share a little bit of your light with others. I wanted to make sure that I shared about making sure that we spend time with ourselves and care for ourselves, because this week for me has been a beautiful week, but it's had its twists and turns emotionally and mentally, physically as well. And so this week for me has been like a roller coaster. So it's been ever important for me, ever more important for me to come over here and spend time breathing, spending time with myself. I'm about to go out to my land here in the next couple of days. And for me, a big thing is swimming. So I'm going to make sure to get into my pool. I'm going to spend time out in nature this weekend. And so that's all ever more important for me, I think, as it is for everybody else to love yourself, consider yourself, and care for yourself. And when I say care for yourself, care for your mind, care for your body, care for your soul. Light and love to you all. And like, share, and subscribe. I finally remembered to say that. Like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you. Bye.